Greetings, viewers! Welcome to Toon'd, where I review cartoons, no matter how new, no matter how old, no matter the cost. I'm Josh the Fox Mills. This week, I'm reviewing the past to entertain the future, and also educate. The Time Week rolls on, with a police force charged with correcting mistakes that crop up in time, in order to preserve their timeline. Come back after the credits for The Time Squad. Time Squad was created by Dave Wasson, who also brought us Making Fiends, The Buzz on Maggie, and Star vs. the Forces of Evil. It was a comedy series picked up by Cartoon Network. It ran from 2001 to 2003 with 2 seasons and 26 episodes, consisting of 53 total segments. Yes, each episode was broken up into 2 segments, like some cartoons are. The series follows the adventures of 3 hapless time cops: the young Otto Osworth, Buck Tudrussell, and the Larry 3000. Otto is a young orphan who illegally traveled with Buck and Larry, partially because of their own incompetence, but also because of Otto's encyclopedic knowledge of history being incredibly useful in enforcing the timeline. Buck has all the physical qualities of a time cop, but none of the mental, as he is overly aggressive, impulsive, and a bit of an airhead. He has a southern background, and was once married to a far superior time officer, but more on her later. The Larry 3000 was a former diplomatic robot, made useless when all the nations became together as one. Think of a very sarcastic C-3PO, which is kind of funny because he's voiced by Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill. There were other, more useful members of the Time Cops that show up in the series, like Buck's ex-wife Sheila Sternwell and her robot assistant XJ5. JT Laser, the ideal Time Cop, but also a bit of an arrogant jerk, who likes to cause trouble for Buck and Larry just for fun. And Lance 9 Trillion, JT Laser's personal robot assistant. The most perfect and advanced robot ever built so far. Only the best for the best time cop on the force, right? Despite our heroes being the ragtag group of misfits, the series often shows them becoming very successful at their job of correcting the flaws in history. Either that, or the other teams solve even more problems, and history is constantly going out of whack. In any case, the 3 go back in time to meet historical figures who have gone off the rails in one way or another and set them back on the path. One particular episode comes to mind, where Abraham Lincoln was sick of being considered so honest all the time and decided to become a horrible prankster called Dishonest Abe. He was set right by being pranked himself and shown what it felt like. It was that kind of humor that helped carry this show, and allowed it to last a full 10 seasons before fading into the mist of time. With very little left to say about this series, I think it's time once again for my final thoughts.
What does the fox say?
I remember loving this series. I think you will too. It has a very Peabody and Sherman vibe to it. I certainly recommend you give it a try and see if it's for you. Next week, I finish up Time Month with Anime Week. See a de-thawed caveman basically do the same thing the Time Cops do in Time Squad, with a charming Japanese way, with Flint the Time Detective. Until then, my friends, stay tuned.